Hi guys, welcome back to this episode of Tea with Jojo.
Am I the asshole for not sharing my inheritance with the rest of my family? My family situation is messy. I, 25 female, was engaged 4 years ago to my high school sweetheart. My fiancé cheated on me with my sister, 28 female. We had never had a good relationship even as kids. So after I found out, I went scorched earth on both of them. She claimed to be so in love with my fiancé, but he dumped her within 2 weeks and went back trying to get me to forgive him. I didn't. My parents were initially on my side, but my sister had a nervous breakdown after she was dumped and was hospitalized, so they changed their tune to "it's over now and you can't be mad forever," so I dumped them too. I went on to grad school on the other side of the country. My grandfather was livid with the whole thing. He disowned my sister and chilled out my parents. Sometimes it felt like he was the only one who was on my side and understood. I was able to get my job to let me work remotely, and I moved back to take care of him when he got sick. I was devastated when he passed a couple of months ago. I had been in limited contact with my parents since I came back, mostly because I didn't want to be an obstacle to my dad seeing my grandfather, but with the understanding that any discussion on my sister or what happened would end that. It turns out that my grandfather left me virtually everything. He left enough for my father to cover a debt and some token stuff for a couple of other relatives. But he wrote a letter to everyone and did a videotape with his attorney explaining what his intentions were. I knew that he had done well for himself, but he lived a pretty simple lifestyle, so I didn't realize how much money and assets he had. I would give it up to have my papa back, but even with taxes, it is a set for life money. My parents were pretty mad about it. One of the reasons stated for cutting them out was how disappointed my grandfather was with how they treated me growing up versus my sister, and over the fiancé stuff. There were other reasons, but that was what he was fixated on. The will is pretty airtight apparently, so my parents want me to do the right thing and share it equally between me, them, and my sister. The argument is that I don't need it. I make more than both of them combined, and this would allow them to retire. My sister is not doing great and can't hold a job, so this would ensure she has something for when my parents pass. But I don't want to. My grandfather's wishes were crystal clear, and also I kind of don't feel like doing more than the minimum for any of them. They have been telling me that I am being vindictive because of the mistakes years back. I can't deny there might be a little vindictiveness there. I don't want them to suffer necessarily, but I also don't feel like they deserve my help. Am I the asshole for not wanting to share my inheritance with my family? Okay guys, remember to always drop your opinions in the comment section. No insult whatsoever. Please be very reasonable with your comments, and I also hope we are able to help the author in whatsoever problem they are going through right now. Don't also forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel.